Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Danganronpa V3. We're here at the start of the Chapter 3 trial. We just gotta pick our skills and the trial will begin. Who killed Tenko and our favorite Atua devotee, Angie? I guess we'll find out. Let's see. I think I want Charisma, so I'm just gonna buy that real quick. And equip it, of course. And I think there's a skill that we picked up from maxing. Yep, there we go. X-ray goggles. X-ray goggles isn't good, but we picked up X-ray goggles from maxing out Miu's bond, so we may as well equip it until we get something better. Without further ado, let's begin. I'm thinking Kibo and Tsumugi are suspicious, but I don't have any proof. I don't have enough proof. I just have some. Oh, I just have a lack of evidence for them. Like, what could they have been doing? They could have been doing anything. They could have been doing literally anything at the times of the murders, which makes them very suspicious. Whereas other people, I feel like we have a partial or complete alibi for them. Like, I don't know if Maki would actually kill someone. She could, but it seems way too obvious to have the ultimate assassin assassinate someone at random the minute after revealed. Like, you're the most suspicious person in the fucking room. You wouldn't murder someone at that point, right? Let's begin with a basic explanation of the trial. Thanks, Monokuma. During the trial, you present your arguments for who the culprit is and vote for whodunit. Vote correctly and only the blackened will be punished, but if you pick the wrong person, everyone gets the punishment. Apart from the blackened, of course. That person gets to graduate from the academy. And if you refuse to vote, you'll die. So you'd better vote for someone. Vote for someone, because if you don't, you're fucking dead. Now, smiles everyone. It's showtime. Let's get this crazy awesome trial underway. Sorry everyone, I don't think I'm going to be much help this time. Because of Monokuma's disruptions, I couldn't do a more thorough investigation. I can tell, Monokuma is overcompensating to hide his self-consciousness. Next time, spend less time fixing your hair and more time investigating, Spaceman. Shut up, I don't want to hear some weird comedy act from you two weirdos. Who did it? Who killed Angie and Tenko? Don't let your emotions hasten your judgment. There might be two killers. Or other culprit might not be one of us here? What do you mean? The transfer student. Maybe our resurrected transfer student dragged Angie and Tenko into the grave. The ritual was not completed. Stop making shit up. Say something, Shuichi. It'll be a mess if this keeps going on. Is it even possible for a revived corpse to be the culprit? The ritual wasn't completed. It doesn't matter. Well, in the interest of being thorough, I should clear things up from here. Alright. Great. We have all this... We have all these superstitious people. Necronomicon, probably. The crime we committed by the recently deceased. They came back to life and killed them. No! The ritual did work. Who was resurrected, I wonder?
アンジーは天海を蘇らせるって言ってたぞ。
Angie said she was gonna make Rentaro back.
蘇ったんだよ。
Rentaro was resurrected.
犯人は死んだ
The culprit is the late Rentaro Amami!
おーやめて
Were all those statements correct?
これは死者の犯行なんだよ。蘇った死者が2人を殺したんだよ。
やめろ
Yeah, they came back for life and killed 2 classmates? Unlikely.
死者の蘇りは成功したの
They didn't even do it. Get out of here.
それは違うぞ。
That's the only one that matches what's the obvious bullet there. The obvious bullet was the Necronomicon. You just had to figure out where it applied best.
アンジーさんの
And then pick it there.
成功していない
Work backwards from your usual. Find the biggest hole and then work it. I did. Find the most appropriate bullet and just go from there. I don't think Angie's ritual succeeded.
モノクマの動機として配られた死者の書によると、儀式で死者を復活させるには、
Yep. The ritual didn't work. According to the
こ
Necronomicon,
の死者の書
you
自体
have to
を
burn the
召さなければ
Necronomicon in the
いけないらしいんだ
ritual. After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Be careful. Use caution, be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sprinkle the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times.
だから、もしアンジーさんの儀式が成功しているなら、死者の書が残っているはずがないんだよ。
If Angie's ritual succeeded, the book would have been gone.
逆に死者の書が残っていたという
Yep,
こ
the
とは
ritual's not done because the book's intact.
儀式が終了
Please
する
get beyond your superstitions.
だったら転校生に殺された可能性はなくなるね。
Then Gonta think Rentaro, probably not the culprit. Alright.
ああ、それは
I guess
そ
you're
うだ
right.
ね。
つうか当たり前だろそもそも死んだ奴が蘇るわけ
Of course, there's no way a dead person could resurrect.
ちょっと待ってよ。それは聞き捨てならないな。
Hold on a second. I can't let that comment stand.
死んだ人が蘇らないって
Everyone knows you can't bring the dead back to life.
知れないけど、この最終学園では違うよ。死者の書を使えば死者は本当に蘇ったんだ。
It's easy at the Ultimate Academy as long as you just use the Necronomicon. What are you talking about? There's no way that's possible.
そんなこと
Yeah, there's no way.
じゃね
え？本
It's
当だよ。僕は動機に関しては嘘をつかないからね。
I never lie about motives.
お父ちゃんが言うなら間違いないわ。死者の蘇りは本当にあった
Daddy said so. He can't possibly be wrong. Raising the dead's totally possible.
ああそんなすごい動機を使わないなんてもったいないんだ
Can't believe you guys wasted a perfectly good motive. I'm curious if after the trial they just say fuck it and try the ritual. It's perfectly safe.
どうせならオイラに使わせてくれればよかったのにそうすればモノダムを蘇らせてあげられたのに
You should have let me use it to bring Monodam back to life.
モノダムはまだ生きているわよ。
Monodam's still alive though.
冗談だよ
Just
モノダ
kidding.
ムが死んでたとしても蘇らせたりしないって
I wouldn't use a resurrection on Monodam's corpse.
結局、
Resting the dead was actually possible this whole time?
本当にあったの？
Well, none of you idiots tested it, so how the fuck would you know?
そんなわけねえっつっ
There's
て
no
の
way it's possible.
バカバカしい。
There's no way it could happen, idiots. Monokuma's trying to confuse us.
モノクマは私たちを混乱させようとしているだけだ。
Interesting. Angie has a halo and angel wings, despite believing in Atua and not Jesus or whatever.
それより、さっさと
Let's hurry up and figure out who the Blackened is.
殺したのが転校生でないとなると、やっぱり犯人は僕らの中にいるんだね。
If our transfer student isn't the culprit, then the blame falls to one of us.
誰じゃ？
So
誰
who
が
did
やっ
it?
たんじゃ？俺様には分かってるぜ。
Step aside, half pint. I'll handle this.
サバシラの方は知らねえけど、アンジーを殺した犯人は新宮寺コレキオでぶっ決まりだ。
I'm not. I don't know about Tango, but I'm pretty fucking sure Kyo murdered Angie. What? The sword, right?
とぼけても無駄だ。俺様には何もかも丸分かりだからな。
Don't play devil with me, creep show. I already know what happened. Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Gold leaf.
アンジーを殺した凶器は
The
刀だった
culprit used a
な
katana to kill Angie. Yep.
あれは新宮寺の研究教室にあったも
And it
の
was
だ
found at
だったら
the research lab, which makes you automatically suspicious. Yep.
あの刀は誰にでも持ち出せた。
Anyone could have taken it.
あんな錆びた刀を凶器に
The rusty katana was the murder weapon.
あ
Yep.
れにこだわってた。新宮
You're the only one who cared about that thing,
あ
Kyo.
の刀にこだわりなんてないけどね。
I did not care about
繁
some
盛しろ
katana.
うんこかじり虫
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm.
教室に押し入って
You went to class.
アンジーをぶっ殺した
Well,
んだろ
something broke it to be easy to katana and murdered the fuck out of her. Hell yeah, I'm fucking genius. Okay, let's think about this from the beginning. That's probably wrong. The katana. Oh, I hate that. I want to be able to scroll down in the fucking context of this. I hate that. Alright. Lack of a context menu. Come on, guys. I have W as, but like, all the movement, whatever. I wish I could scroll down, but I think it just says stick with the ultimate thing.
殺した凶器は
Okay,
刀だ
katana, art lab front door. Door is locked, but Kichi opened it by picking the lock. Goichi's a lock picking. Eh.
なああれは新宮寺
Tsumugi's account. You will not unlock unless the student council asks her to. Or accused. Not on the student council, right?
の研究教室にあったものだだったら怪しいことは新宮寺だろ
Yeah, it makes him
あ
suspicious.
の刀は誰にでも持ち出せ
Anyone could
た
have taken the
はずだ
katana. Yep,
あ
that
んな
makes
錆
sense.
びた刀を凶器にするのはあれにこだわってた新宮寺ちゃんだけだよ
You're the only one who cared about
あ
that,
の
Kyo.
刀にこだわりなんてないけど
Did not care about some katana. That's a lie.
白状しろうんこかじり虫てめえが現場の教室に押し入ってアンジーをぶっ殺したんだろ
Broken is probably wrong. Broken is wrong. He says he doesn't care about the katana, but it also says he broke in, and that's not really true, from what we can
アンジーを
tell.
殺した凶器は刀だったなあれは新宮寺の研究教室にあったものだだったら
There could have been a
怪しいのは
break-in.
新宮寺だろ
あの刀は誰にでも持ち出せたはずだよ、あんな錆びた刀を凶器にするのはあれに
Hmm.
こだわってた新宮寺ちゃんだけだよあの刀にこだわりなんてないけどな
This is also a lie, but I think Tsumugi's account's gonna help here. Let's see.
てめえが現場の教室
Yeah, there we go.
それは違
There's
う
no signs of a break-in or a struggle. It's someone she trusted.
いや
Or Kyo isn't sufficient enough for that.
新次君はアンジーさんの研究教室には入れなかったは
How
ず
would he enter it? He doesn't have a means. He doesn't have the key, and he doesn't. We don't know if he possesses lockpicking skills. But if someone unexpectedly came into the lab, she definitely would have reacted. Alright.
そうだよね
Isn't that right, Tsumugi? Yeah. He couldn't have entered.
アンジーさんは自分の研究教室にこもる前に言ってたからね
Poor Angie locked herself up in her lab.
生徒会のメンバーから
She said she wasn't going to open up for anyone but student council
絶
members.
対に扉の鍵は開けないって
つまり生徒会のメンバーじゃない新宮寺君だとアンジーさんに扉を開けてもらえなかった
Kyo's not a member. She wouldn't have opened the door for him.
そうアンジーちゃんを殺したくても殺せないね
And so he couldn't have killed her even if he wanted to. Well, theoretically, he could have lockpicking
そも
skills.
そも
We don't know
殺
that
し
if he
たい
does.
と思ってないけどね
I had no desire to kill her in the first place.
つうことはよアンジーを殺したのはあいつの教室
That must have been one of the council members?
生徒会の誰かなのか
Signs point to it being one of the council members. It's not guaranteed.
よくわかったな
I was doing a bit to lead you to the right answer. I can't believe you actually got it. Yeah, of course. Of course, Mia. That's exactly what you were trying to do.
そうなんだね
How clever. Yeah, sure.
ゴンタ君無視していいところだよ
You could just ignore her, Ganta.
残ってる
Remaining
生徒会の
members are
メンバー
Ganta,
は
Kibo,
ゴンタ
Tsumugi,
君
and
にキーボ
Himiko.
君に白金さんに夢野さんだったね
I'm leaning towards Tsumugi and Kibo, or
さす
Kibo.
がに夢野ちゃんはないでしょうアンジーちゃんとは一番の仲良しだったんだし
It can't be Himiko, she's bestie with Hanji. I'd be jealous there.
俺は二人の友情を信じるよ。
I trust their friendship,
もち
you
ろん
guys do
みん
too,
なも
right?
信じてあげるよね。
I think she didn't have the opportunity to do the second kill.
もちろんだよ。
Of course.
そんなに簡単に信じていいんですか？
We trust their friendship so readily.
いいんだよ。とりあえず
Obviously,
信
let's
じるとこ
believe
ろ
it
か
though.
ら始めてみればさ。
となると、残る容疑者はゴンタ君と白金さんとキーボ君の3人だ。
That trims our list of suspects down to 3. Gonta, Tsumugi, and Kibo.
その中の誰かが
The
犯人なんだ
culprit's one
よ。
of those 3 people. Yokichi, you're being very forthcoming this investigation.
いや違えぞ3
Fourth
人じゃなく
right,
て2人と1体だ
You mean one of those 2 people? A robot ate people, Jack.
わざわざ訂正する必要ありません。それより、いくらなんでも話が強引すぎませんか？
I will let that remark slide. Anyway, aren't these accusations a tad too hasty? Are they? They seem alright.
いいから犯人はさっさと白状しろよ。ゴンタかキーボーか白金ちゃんか。
Whatever, the culprit should confess already. Gonta, Kiboy, or Tsumugi. Well,
ゴンタは違うよ。ゴンタがアンジーさんを殺すわけないよ。
Gonta says it's not him, he'd never kill Anchi.
そうだよどうして私とゴンタ君が疑われるの
Gonta's a gentleman, you shouldn't suspect either of us? Wait, that's only a defense for Gonta.
僕もかばってく
Hey,
ださい。
stick up for me too.
疑うなら拷問でも何でもして確かめてよ。
Gonta definitely not hurt
誰も
anyone.
傷つけてないから。
Torture Gonta if you don't believe.
拷問は困るけどとにかく私もゴンタ君も犯人じゃない
Torture might be a bit too far, but Gonta and I aren't the culprits. We don't have an ultimate torturer,
そうで
alas.
すよ。
I'm not the culprit either, she is.
ゴンタは犯人じゃないよ。
So, the multi debate? Alright, here we go. Mass panic, okay. Front, back. Gonta is gentleman, I didn't kill it. Other possibilities.
生徒会を裏切ったりしない。
He not Patricia and killed. There must be a stealth exter who did. I thought Tenko did it. That's utterly impossible. You have an alert for last night.
犯人なわけね
Maybe the culprit. Anyone would open the door. Gonta and Bug in a room talking to Bug friends. Only student council members had access.
誰が犯人かはよく
Much better than being out too
お
late.
じさんに聞いてみてよ。
とにかく私は違う
結局はロボット差別ですか？
I can't question it. It's like, is that a Robofoca mark? Okay, so there were 2 statements we have to consider. This is very chaotic.
生徒会以外の容疑
紳士は生徒会を裏切ったりしない。
The most suspicious is
昨日の夜時間のアリバイ
死んだ奴が
部屋
犯
で虫さん
人なわけね
と話してたよ。
Gonta, I think, is
夜
suspicious.
時間のやる気は控えた方がいいからね。
Much better than being out too late.
よくわからないけど
疑うなら虫さんに聞いてみてよ。
とにかく私は違う
僕はロボット差別話は聞けないよ。
I think it's Gonta's Necronomicon Tsumugi's account, but I don't think Tsumugi's account's there. I don't think it applies. Only student council members had access seems like a truthy statement. Let's try this again.
紳士は生徒会を裏切ったりしない。
昨日の夜時間のアリバイは
死んだ奴が
部屋で
犯人なわ
虫さんと
けね
話してたよ。
生徒会メンバーだけなんだからさ。
Only student council members had access. That's not quite true.
誰が犯人かはよくわからないけど
虫さんに聞いてみて
Yeah,
よ。
I think we'll try that. We'll try Kokichi's lockpicking to say it only had access. That's technically false. I don't think there's a blatant falsehood in Gonta's remark. He said it's better than being out at night, but I mean, that's like dubious,
生徒会以外
but
の
maybe in his moral framework that sort of works.
茶柱
そんなのいるわけないじゃん。
アリバイは
死んだ奴が
部屋で
犯人なわ
虫さんと
けね
話してたよ。
生徒会メンバーだけ。
There we go.
聞こえた。
Got that. It took me a second to figure that one out. I was like thinking, is it Gonta's? Gonta's statement's like really iffy, but it's maybe not wrong.
アンジーさんの研究教室の扉を
It may not be wrong.
生徒会の人間だけじゃないよ。
Like, it's not 100% wrong. It's just like not really a provable statement if he doesn't have a witness, which isn't necessarily wrong. I was thinking he said like a definitive statement and we had proof, but it seems like his statement wasn't accurate. His statement was like very general, but not. We didn't have a bullet for it, so it seemed more likely to fire off the other one. All right, it wasn't just student council members that could have opened that lab door.
さっき新宮ちゃんの話題になった時
What was he said earlier about Q opening the door?
生徒会のメンバーじゃないと
You can't enter Angie's lab unless you're a student council member, right?
いや、
Right?
僕は
I was referring to Kyo. He couldn't have done it, but you could have.
君の場合は別だよ。
You have lockpicking skills.
だって君はピッキングであの教室の鍵を
I saw you
開け
open
て
the
いたじゃん。
classroom lock by picking it. Yep. You pulled out some thin needles, stuck them into the keyhole. Click, click, click. And clack. There, open says me. Ooh, that happened? I totally forgot.
忘れちゃったとぼける
You're gonna pretend you don't remember? Quick glaring at me like that. Of course I remember.
もちろん覚えているに決まってるじゃんそうだね
Yep, I did it.
俺がやったんだったね俺がアンジーちゃんを殺した
I killed Angie. Of course I did.
ちょっと待て
What did you
お
say?
前今なんて言っただから
I picked the lock to her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham,
アンジー
killed
ちゃ
her.
んを殺したんだよ
Most obvious lie.
つまり
The culprit was
犯人
me
は
all
俺
along.
なんだよ
Yep, sure.
なんじゃと
どういうつもり？
What are you saying? Is this some kind of joke?
ううん
No, no joke. I thought if I confessed, I could atone for my sins.
そうしたら思った以上だったよ
It helped. It feels so much
すっ
better.
げえ楽になった
じゃあ本
So
当の
Kisha really is a Gonta will actually vote for you. He's dumb enough to do that.
嘘だろ
Lying, I think
どっち
maybe it's obvious.
嘘
He's
だ
here to entertain things. He's lying. I'm certain of it.
いやいや嘘じゃないって俺がアンジーちゃんを殺したんだって
Definitely not a lie. I killed Angie. He wants us to prove him wrong.
犯人がせっかく実況してるんだから素直に信じたら
Shouldn't you believe the culprit when they confess?
だったら聞くけど君が犯人だとしたらどうやって現場を密室にした
Okay,
の
culprit. How'd you lock the room?
え開けるときと同じだよ外からピッキングして鍵をかけて
It's the same as opening it. You pick the door closed from the outside.
いやそれはおかしいよ
That's inconsistent.
どこがおかしいんだ
What doesn't make sense? Can't you lock a door by picking it?
もちろん可能だと思うけど犯人は
Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room. The culprit locked the room, I think, by using the hanging mannequins and like dropping them so that they would lock the flail, or use like the katana's gold handle maybe to lock the back door. That's how I think they got out of the room.
犯人は別の方法で
They used a different method. Basically, they like put them on a they stabbed the corpse with the katana so that they could use like the hilt to close to like whack the door closed when they left.
別の方法とはなんじゃ
What different method?
ふにゃふにゃ言ってねえでちゃんと
Yeah, Mumbles, use your big boy voice. Explain it yourself.
あ
There were two
の
doors
教
to the
室に
classroom,
は扉が2つあったけど
and the one locked
犯
last
人が密
was
室を作るために最後に鍵をかけた扉は
the back door.
そうだ
It's got to be the back door. I've just explained what I think
裏口
happened.
の扉
So
の
now we gotta see if that's what actually happened.
犯人はあの扉に鍵をかけて
The
密
back
室を
door.
作っ
And that's how they made this a locked room mystery.
裏口の扉ってスライド上だよね。
The back door had a sliding lock, yes? How was it locked on the outside?
スライド錠をかけたの
The katana in the mannequins hanging from the ceiling.
犯人はそれをやるためにある道具を使ったんだ
The culprit used a certain tool. The tool the culprit used to lock the sliding door from outside was... Okay. Oh, we're playing this game. Okay. Not that item. Actually, it might be this item. Hold on. Oh, that's the scabbard, doy. They didn't use the scabbard, they used the actual blade. I think it's a katana. I think they use the katana. And that's right, okay. It was the katana, perfect.
赤松さんの浪人
The gold leaf katana that was stubbed into Kaida's effigy.
金箔の日本刀だよ
I had this down. The minute they asked, they're like, how'd they get
あ
out? It's
れを
like,
ス
yeah.
ライド錠のつまみに当てて、
はい
スライド錠を動かし
The
たんだよ
culprit used that to hit the knob of the sliding door lock to lock the door. Yep.
じゃああのスライド錠のつまみに金箔がついてたのって
So the gold leaf was on the lock because when the katana hit the lock, some of the gold leaf rubbed off on it.
剥がれた金箔が付着したんだよあの日本刀の金箔って触れると簡単に剥がれちゃうからね
Yep, the gold leaf on the katana peels rather easily. Poor Akio also knows that, so he's on like
どっかで
these.
聞いたことがあるような証拠だね。
That evidence rings a bell, specifically a school bell.
それって何学園で？
Are you talking about a different school? What school is it?
まあまあもういいじゃない
It doesn't matter. Let's not dwell on the past.
積極的に思い出さないようにしよう。
つまみに金箔がついていたのは日本刀が触れたせいだったんだ
So the gold leaf landed on the sliding lock when the katana touched it.
じゃあ
Yep.
犯人は
That means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right?
動かしたんだね
Absolutely.
でもさ日本刀でどうやってスライド錠を動かしたの
Wait, so how did they move it with the katana? And from outside Angie's lab?
その方法を示す手がかりはあの現場の状況そのものにあるんじゃないかな
The clue that might give us the answer is the layout of the area itself.
だってあの状況ってどう考えても不自然だったよね
Yeah, it's a very odd setup, I'll give you that
凶
one.
器が蝋人形に刺さっててしかもその蝋人形が逆さづりにされているなんてさ
The katana stabbed into the effigy is hung upside down.
アンジーがやろうとしてた儀式の一環だろ
Angie, you didn't do that as part of the ritual? Hell no.
いや死者の書には蝋人形を吊るせなんて書いてなか
Nowhere in
っ
the
た
Necronomicon did it say you had to hang the effigies.
儀式じゃないとなると何か別の目的があった
If it wasn't for the ritual, it must have been for a different purpose, right? What could it have been? The culprit somehow used the setup to lock the room. In that case, I need to know the reason behind every step. If I do, the way they locked it should be clear. Yep. Psychic taxi. Alright. Time to play taxi. Let's go. I guess we just drive straight until we have a reason to turn. I'd like to point out that in was a single block there. What are we hitting here? What turned the handle of the sliding lock? Oh, I need to hit one of these. My bad. Wait, I need to get more? Okay, what turned the handle of the sliding lock? Let's think about this. I can't see shit. Thinking time. Yeah, I'll try to use my brain when the neon lights disappear. Okay. The katana's hilt. That seems obvious. Okay, we got one hooker. That means we got it right. Next question. Next question. On this crazy neon highway. What's our next question? A question mark. Yeah, most questions end in a question mark, you know. Don't you know? You're just zigzagging back and forth, no big deal. Okay. What was done? They stuck it into the dummy, right? What was done to make the katana turn the lock? Yep. That should be pretty straightforward. I can't turn, by the way, so the fact that we're driving is, weirdly, is just how it goes. Okay, thinking time. Once we get that and it's doing that orange highlight, I can't do shit. Katana was stabbed into the effigy. Oops, hit the wall. The katana stabbed into the effigy. This is already part of our working theory, so we're just filling out the working theory in game terms. That's a long word. Let's see, that's probably effigy and maybe? The quicker we think of the question, the quicker we'll have the answer. Oh shit, I have to grab these. I missed one. Oh, this car's in the way. I didn't want to accidentally hit the car. It might have been smarter just to hit it, though. Okay. How is the effigy manipulated to make the katana affect the lock? It was swung, right? That only makes sense. Okay, what do we got? Swing it back and forth. Oh, it might have been spun. I'm guessing spinning it back and forth. Ooh, it's actually a switch. Wait, it's spinning it then? Now I'm confused. I thought it would just... Interesting. They spun it, okay. I thought like a single touch would touch it. Alright, spinning it, that's fine. See, my thought was that spinning it wouldn't work, because if it spun while they were closing the door, it would hit the door. And then it would not lock properly. The reason the culprit stuck the katana into the effigy was so it hit the sliding door as the effigy spun. Like, you don't actively spin it, you kind of just give it some momentum in like an awkward direction. And it'll naturally acquire that. If you spin the effigy, the rope it's hanging from would twist. Oh, that's the way it's thinking. Okay. You let go, the rope unwinds and the effigy spins the other way. And of course the katana would spin with it. See, in my head this doesn't work because if the thing opens too quickly, it doesn't work as well as it could. Because if it's just sitting there pushing against the lock while you're trying to close the door, it's going to be awkward. But alright, it's going to be awkward because if the door's not actually closed, it's gonna lock the door open. Yeah, they use katana counterspin to push the lock into place. Okay. They simply need to spin the effigy rope, swiftly leave. It causes the katana to hit the sliding lock. Yep. This still sort of works, I just don't quite agree with how easy it would be to set up. And thus the back door of an empty room locked from the inside. And that's how our lab was locked. By using the effigy with the katana. Plan board from the heart of a sword traveling through the air to intercept us. Could it move the slide lock so easily? Yeah, it actually moves really easily. I'm like a friggin' hair trigger. It'll work. Okay, the sliding lock was pretty loose, a little push could move it. As long as it hit the lock, it would have slid into position. Yep. I'm okay with that part. Even if they failed the first couple times, they can keep trying until it locked, yep. Which is why they chose to strike at nighttime to avoid detection. Yeah. And since the council prohibited anyone from walking around at nighttime. Are you saying it's the council's fault? Are you fucking kidding me, Himiko? Literally everything in this act has been the council's fault.
別に
I
そ
didn't
こ
say
まで
that.
は言ってない。
とにかく犯人が切れ味の悪い日本刀を凶器にしたのもこの仕掛けをやるために必要だったからな
In
んだ。
any case, the culprit probably used the murder weapon for this trick.
老人形に突き
It had to
刺
have
して
been the
スライ
the
ド
right
銃を
length to
当
hit
て
the
るには
sliding lock from the
ある
effigy.
程度の長さが必要だからね。
私の研究教室にちょうどいい長さの刃物がないから犯人は新宮寺の研究教室にあった刀に目をつけたんだね。
The culprit couldn't find a blade long enough in my lab, so they settled for the katana.
他の老人形までわざわざ吊るしたのはその状況を儀式っぽく見せる
The other effigies were only hung, so we'd think it's some kind of ceremony. I mean, it's a fucking weird ceremony considering they didn't take the Necronomicon.
オートロックの仕掛けを俺らに
That way we don't notice the lock trick. Why not take the book so we can't read it, or burn the book so we think that the ritual summon was complete? They clearly didn't look through the Necronomicon. Kichi said,
さっきピッキングで外から鍵をかけて密室を作ったって言ってたよね。
Kichi did say he could have picked the lock closed.
もちろんその可能性はまだゼロじゃないけど
I don't want to completely ignore that possibility, but I can't imagine the culprit would have done all that for a
ただ
distraction.
のためだけにあんな面倒な仕掛けを作ったとは思えないよ。
Yeah, it seems like an unusual
だ
distraction.
とするとさっきの大間くんの自白は
Yep, if that's the case, Kichi's confession earlier was actually...
さてはてめえ
You fucking lied again! Yep, of course he lied.
そうなんだよオーバー
Cough it up, Kichi.
ああ
Oh, you guys got me. I'm not the culprit.
実は俺は犯人じゃないん
Sorry,
だ
guys.
今度こそ
You're telling the truth this time,
本当
right?
だろうな
嘘って言いたいところだけど
I want to say I'm lying, but I'm not.
どうして自分が犯人だなんて言ったの？
Why did you say you were the culprit?
犯人を釣ろうと思ったんだよ
Oh, I want to lure the culprit out.
ほら本物の犯人ならあのまま俺を犯人にしたいと思うでしょ
If I claim to be the culprit, the real culprit would agree as well,
だ
right?
から俺の自白を後押しする奴がいたらそいつが怪しいと思ったんだけど
And if they pressure me to confess, that would have looked mighty suspicious.
ああ犀原ちゃんに邪魔されて全然調べられなかったよ
But it didn't go my way. Shuichi butted in on my plan.
そんなことでいちいち嘘つきやがったてめえは1時間勃起してろ
You and your fucking lies. Go sit in the corner and play with yourself.
分かった今から
You know what she's saying. You know what she's saying. Okay, I'll start right now.
ねえどこのドイツの仕業なんだそんなくだらねえ密室を作り
So,
やがったのはよ
there's the asshole who set up this locked room mystery.
ダメだよ
I can't hold it up anymore.
なんだよ立たねえのか
What's the matter? You going soft on me now? You know what he meant. You know what she meant, right? Play with yourself in the corner. Oh, we're getting... Now he's saying he can't keep it up. She's asking if you're going soft on her. This is great. This is great. We got some great double entendres. 3 in a row. 3 double entendres in a row. Very nice.
じゃなくて誰が密室を作ったかって論点で話しても全く意味がないんだよ
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter since anyone could have done it.
あの密室のトリックは誰にでも実行可能なんだからさ
Don't you even understand something as basic as that? You filthy cum dumpster. Holy shit. Kokichi pulling out the classic insults. Damn. You don't hear that one in real life very often.
肉便器
Cum dumpster.
とうとう言われた便器だけにとうとう言われた
Finally, someone called me a cum dumpster. And, you know, in the event you thought Miyu actually didn't like the previous insults about her sexuality, here you go. We have removed all ambiguity. Finally, someone did it.
だったらさ
What do we want to talk about
何について
now?
話し合えばいいの
誰が密室を作ったのかじゃなくて誰が与永さんの教室に入ったのかってことだよ
We need to focus not on the room, but on who entered the lab.
彼女に扉を開けてもらえた生徒会の人間か、ピッキングでシリンダー錠を開けられたオーマ君。
Only one of the council members, or Kikichi, could have gained entry.
犯人は
Therefore, the culprit must be among their number. Is most likely, but yes.
容疑者は4人か。白金にゴ
It
ンダ、
leaves us 4 suspects: Tsumugi,
俺にオーマだな。
Gonta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
ゆめのちゃんを忘れてるよ。
Don't forget Himiko. She's also part of the student
容
council.
疑者の一人だよね。いくらアンジーちゃんと仲良しだったからって、それだけで容疑者から外すわけにはいかないと思うな。
Doesn't matter if she's besties, she's still a suspect.
さっきと言ってることが違うじゃないですか。なんなら僕の録音機能で確認しましょうか。
That contradicts what you said earlier, which I can prove using my recording function.
いいよ、めんどくさい。
It's fine, that's just a waste of time.
うちが
Me, a suspect.
容疑者じゃと。うちがアンジーを殺すわけないではないか。
I'd never kill Angie.
ところでさ、容疑者のみんなに聞きたいんだけど、
So, calling all
今から
suspects.
何に
What do we
ついて
discuss
話し合うべ
next?
きだと思う？みんなの素直な意見を聞かせてよ。何について話せば自分の容疑が晴れると思う？
I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself out of the suspect list?
なんで仕切ってるの？あんただって容疑者のくせに。
How are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
部外者は黙っててくれる？これは俺ら容疑者の問題だからさ。
Silence, outsider. Only the suspects are allowed to speak.
容疑
Suspect
者
rangers?
けど容疑者に喋らせるのは賛成だな。
I agree. Those
怪
under
しい人
suspicion
にこそ
should explain
たくさん
themselves
喋って
thoroughly.
もらうべきだからね。
Tsumugi, what are you up to?
ボロを出す可能性もあるしな。
We might catch him with their pants down.
というわけで改めて容疑者に質問なんだけど、
Anyway, I want to ask the suspect rangers.
これから何について話
What
し
should
合
we
う
talk
か
about?
な。
What should we say to get
何
ourselves
に
off
つ
the
いて話せ
suspect
ば
list?
自分の容疑が晴れると思う？
Gotta get him.
みんなの
Well, guys, I want to hear what you think.
と
Sort of a difficult
地味
question, you
に
know?
難しい質問だね。
ゴンタはバカだからよくわからないよ。
Gonta not smart enough to know answer to that.
ええ、合理的な答えを出すのが難しい質問です。
It's difficult to formulate a logical response to that question.
歯切れが悪いな。自分の疑いを晴らしたくないの？
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
おめえを警戒してんだよ。どうせまたよからぬことを企んでるに決まって。
なぜ天子は死んだんじゃ。
They don't trust you. What did you... I think he was gonna say like something like they don't trust you. They want to know what you're planning. But why did Tenko have to die?
アンジーの件はもちろんじゃが、うちは天子の死についても知りたいんじゃ。
I want to know what happened with Angie too, but why did Tenko have to die?
アンジーの件だけではなく、天子の件もちゃんと話し合って。
Can we talk about Tenko's case and not just
ゆ
Angie?
めねちゃん、引っかかったね。
I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko.
あ、
Hey,
何が
what
じ
do
ゃ。
you mean?
だって二人を殺した犯人は別人って可能性だってあるんだよ。
The two victims could have been killed by two separate murders, you
その
know?
場合、俺らが突き止めなくちゃいけない黒は先に死体が見つかった方の犯人。
So we need to find the first blackened responsible for the first victim.
つまり、
And
アンジーちゃんを
we gotta figure out who killed Angie.
だから重要なのはアンジーちゃんの事件だけで茶柱ちゃんのことなんて
Until we
ど
solve
うだっていいん
Angie's
だよ。
case, Tenko's is meaningless.
それなのにそんな提案を
Did you
するってこと
suggest that to waste our
わざわざ俺ら
time?
に無駄な時間を使わせようと。
どうでもよくな
It's
る
not
ね。
meaningless. Himiko?
天子の死がどうでもいいじゃと。それはあんまりじゃ。
Tenko's death was meaningless? How dare you?
それでは天子がかわいそうではないか。
Poor Tenko, how could you do this to her?
夢のさん。
Himiko?
下手な嘘はやめなよ。ゆめのちゃん。
Himiko, stop with your preppy lies. Hard to tell if she's being emotional or lying, Kokichi.
そうじゃと。
Lies?
今の君の発言はどう考えたって嘘くさいよ。
Everything you said is total BS.
だって茶柱ちゃんが生きている間は彼女のことをどうでもいいように扱っていたのに、
You didn't give two shits about Tenko when she was alive.
それが死んだ途端に かわいそうとか言い出すなんて嘘くさいにも程があるよ。
But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko after she's dead. I mean, come on, really?
大間くん
Kokichi, enough.
いや
No, it's okay. It's no surprise you'd think that.
そう思われても仕方ないわ。自分でも分かっておる。だからこそうちは後悔しておるんだ。
I know I ignored Tenko before. That's why I'm so upset now.
天子が生きている間にちゃんとぶつかってちゃんと向き合うべきじゃった。
I should have faced Tenko. Worked things out with her when she was still alive. Yeah, sorry, Himiko. A little bit late for that.
となっては
It's too late now. I can't complain to her or
手遅れ
thank
じゃん
her.
あやつにもう
It's too late.
手遅れ。
ああ、まったくだな。
Seriously, it's way too late to realize that now.
程があるぜ。
Thanks, Kaido.
けど、だからこそ、せめてあいつの死とは向き合わねえとな。
Our only option is to face her death head on.
あ
Face her death?
死と向き合う。
夢の、おめえの気持ち
Himiko,
は
I understand what you're going through.
俺が付き合ってやる。
I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together to find the
死の
truth.
真相を突き止めようぜ。だから、あいつの死をどうでもいいなんて。
I'm not gonna let anyone say her death didn't matter. It did matter.
思った。
Kaito.
分かったぞ。天子をどうでもいいなどというやつにはうちが沈黙の魔法をかけてやる
I'll
わ。
put a silencing curse on anyone who calls Tenko's death meaningless.
デスの魔法な。
The name of the curse is Death Curse.
それ死んでるよね。
I suppose being dead would
確かに
silence someone
記憶
pretty
だけ
good.
どさ
A murder during a trial? Haven't seen that one yet.
つうわけで、おめえらにも付き合ってもらう
Listen
ぜ。
up. You guys are gonna help me out too. Okay, let's hear it, Kaito.
目の前で死んだやつをほったらかしにして自分らだけ生き残ろうなんざ。
Abandoning someone who died and only thinking about your own survival.
気逃げ犯と一緒だぞ。
It's just as bad as a hit and run. I won't forgive something so messed up.
許さねえからな。
ゴンタも茶柱さんがどうして死んだのか知りたい。
Tenko was our friend. Gonta wanna know why she
彼
died
女
too.
も仲間だもん。
Alright, is that where we're going next?
必要
I
ない
already
よ。
told you, it's so
ゲー
innocent.
ム
We're
の
getting
目的から
sidetracked
外れてる
here.
じゃん。
いや、もし二人を殺した犯人が違ったとしても、俺らは茶
Okay.
柱の死の
Even if it's a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died. I think we know how Tenko died. We got a pretty good construction of that one. Especially because we were there. If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever. Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death. Okay, go for it, guys. Or what's the first step we're going after? Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on. Kaito, that's very bold of
つ
you.
いてくれたか。まったく。
You finally noticed. Oh, you're so slow. Kokichi
も
wanted
し
us
かして
to
大間
notice?
君は
What
その
notice?
こと
そんな茶番はいいよ。まだ別の犯人って決まったわけでもないし。
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were two culprits yet.
じゃあそれを見極める意味でも一旦茶柱さんの件も話し合ってみようか。
Let's talk about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us a clue. Maybe. They're not wrong, but I don't mind going over Tenko's case. But what was that was an abrupt change of topic. Was that intentional?
で、茶柱の件だけどよ。まずは何
So
から
what
話し
first?
合えばいいんだ。
Yeah, we went from pressure on Himiko to now talking about the second case.
現時点で容疑者はかなり絞られています。
Let's see if we can narrow down the list of
それをはっ
suspects.
きりさせましょうか。
茶羽ゴキブリは高齢術の最中にぶっ殺されたんだし、怪しいのは高齢術に参加した連中だろ。
Tencrotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there is suspicious.
茶羽ゴキブリとは何じゃ。
Tencrotch? People who attended the seance. Okay, let's see. Korikyu, Shuichi, Himiko, Kokichi. That seems accurate.
そうだ。
None of those seemed wrong.
高齢術に参加したのは僕と新宮寺君と
It was me,
大間君
Kyo,
姫
Himiko,
野さん
and
4人だ
Kokichi.
ったよ。
However, I don't think we're suspicious.
だったらその4人が容疑者だな。
So those four are the culprits. Can't have four.
夢野さんってこっちでも容疑者なんだね。
Himiko still culprit? Possibly.
まあたまたまでしょ。それよりその4人の中で特に怪しいのは
That's probably just a coinky dink. The most suspicious of the four is really
やっぱり
Kyo.
神宮寺ちゃんだよね。
He suggested the whole seance idea.
確かに僕が言い出したことだけど、みんなには事前に降霊術の手順を教えたよね。
Ooh, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes?
事件前に全員が降霊術のことを知っていたなら、条件は全員一緒
If we all knew it before the murder, we are all equally suspicious. I don't know if Korkio actually killed it.
それはそう
I
だけど
suppose, but
それに、あの降霊術は全てが僕の主導ってわけじゃないよ。
in addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either.
降霊術をやる部屋を選んだのだって、僕じゃなくて夢野さんなんだしさ。
Oh, it was Himiko. I was not the one who selected the room that we performed it in. It was Himiko. Was it? I wasn't sure who did that, so that's good. Very well, I shall begin the preparations at once. That's suspicious. One of my questions when we were investigating was who the hell suggested the middle room, since it looked like only the middle and the left rooms are prepared for this. So meaning that if there was anything other than the left or middle, they would have had to pick... If they picked the right, they would have had to do something else. Okay.
そういえばそうだ
Right.
そもそも降霊術の最中に殺されたからって容疑者を参加者のみに絞っていいかも疑問だよ。
We also should not limit our suspects to those who participated in the
現
seance.
場の空き部屋には外から侵入できるルートだってあったんだしさ。
The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see. Point of entry from outside, he must be referring to...
ここだ。
the corner, the back corner, right?
それって
You're talking about under the floor, right? Yeah, absolutely. Under the floor?
床下
Yep.
うん。現場となった床下には
There's a crawl space, the murder weapon is down there, and there's an access point to the adjacent room. There's a crawl space under the floor a person could move through.
しかもそこには隣の空き部屋とつながっている穴もあったんだ。
There was a hole that connected it to the neighboring room as well.
あの穴を使えば降霊術をやっていた部屋に移動できたはずだよ。
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
その事実を踏まえて考えてみると、
If we consider that possibility, there is another
もう一人の容疑者が
suspect.
浮かび上がってくるんだよね。
もう一人の容疑者
Who could the other suspect be? It's appearing before me.
見えるよ。ああ、僕には見えるよ。
Oh my god, is he gonna say Angie's spirit? Is he gonna say Angie's spirit? I can see it clearly, the true identity of Tenko's killer. Please don't be Angie's spirit. Please don't be Angie's spirit. Page child, marker stone, loose floorboards, hole in the corner. The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor. Okay, I'm down with you there.
降霊術中は真っ暗じゃ
It
ろ
was pitch black during the
ど
seance.
うやって床下
How
を
could they
移動
even
す
see
るん
under
だ
the floor?
いや、床下は暗
It
くなか
wasn't
った。
dark under the floor.
犯人は床下で明かりを使っていたのさ。
Our villain had a light.
ろうそくのこと？
キーボ君の懐中電灯機能だよ。
Kibo's flashlight function?
ちょっと待ってください。
Now hold on a second.
キーボはあの機能で床下を移動して
Kibo could have used that function under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the
だ
seance.
からちょっと待ってください。
ロボの機能をフル活用した殺人だね。
He used his robo function
ち
to
ょっ
commit the
と待って
murder.
くださいって。
Hold on a second. It's true with a little light you could move under the floor, but is that possible?
犯人は降霊術中に床下を移動し、現場に忍び込むことができた人物。
降霊術中
Hole in the corner. You could, if we're in the seance area, there's space with words. You can see what was dropped there. It's either a hole in the corner or his flashlight function too, but they're talking about it directly.
床下は暗くなかったんだ。犯人は床下で明かりを使っていたのさ。
明かりってろうそくのこと？
キーボくんの懐中電灯機能だよ。
What if our villain didn't have a light?
ちょっと待ってください。
キーボはあの機能で床下を移動して高齢術中の空き部屋に忍び込んだのか。
Ooh, I think it might be Muse. Let's see. Hold on a second.
ロボの機能をフル活用した殺人だね。
Okay, robo functions.
ちょっと待ってくださいって。
犯人は高齢術中に床下を移動し、
Hmm.
現場に
I don't know about
忍び込む
this.
ことができた。
I don't know about this. I'm
高齢
thinking.
術中は真っ暗じゃろ。どうやって床下を移動するんじゃ。
いや、床下は暗くなかったんだ。犯人は床下で明かりを使っていたのさ。
Villain had a
明
light.
かりってろうそくのこと？
キーボくんの懐中電灯機能だよ。
え、ちょっと待ってください。
Okay.
キーボはあの機能で移動して
Oh, it's not Reddit. Sure, it's cramped. There's enough room for one person.
犯人は高齢術中に床下を移動し、現場に忍び込むことができた人物。
高齢術中は真っ暗じゃろ。どうやって床下を移動するんじゃ。
Do I reinforce this then?
床下は暗くなかったんだ。犯人は床下で明かりを使っていたのさ。
明かりってろうそくのこと？
キーボくんの懐中電灯
I
機
missed
能
it.
だよ。
Damn.
え、ちょっと待ってください。
キーボはあの機能で床下を移動して高齢術中の空き部屋に忍び込んだのか。
だからちょっと待ってください。
Could be the Kibo flashlight function as a refutation, as it's so
ちょっ
bright.
と待ってくださいって。
It's a very bright function. I don't know if there's like a...
犯人
I
は
don't know if
高
there's
齢
a limiter
術中
on
に
it.
床下を移動し、
The
現場に
marker
忍び
stone
込む
is
ことが
vaguely
できた
suspicious
人物。
too.
高齢術中は真っ暗じゃろ。どうやって床下を移動するんじゃ。
いや、床下は暗くなかったんだ。犯人は床下で明かりを使っていたのさ。
Okay.
明かりってろうそくのこと？
キーボくんの懐中電灯機能だよ。
え、ちょっと待ってください。
キーボ
What's
は
the fast
あ
forward
の
on
機能で
this?
床下を移動して高齢術中に忍び込んだ。
Here you go. Fast forward this. Fast forward this.
犯人は高齢術中に床下を移動し、現場に忍び込むことができた人物。高齢術中は真っ暗じゃろ。どうやって床下を移動するんじゃ。
Okay, fire bullets.
床下は
Wasn't
暗
dark
く
on
な
the
か
floor.
った。犯人は床下で明かりを使ってい
A
た
villain
の
had a
さ。
light. Yep, we know
明か
that.
りってろうそくのこと？
No, it's not a candle.
犯人は高齢術中に床下を移動し、現場に忍び込むことができた人物。
The marker
高齢術中は
stone?
真っ暗じゃろ。どうやって床下を移動するんじゃ。
いや、床下なかったんだ。犯人は床下で明かりを使ってい
The
た
villain
の
had
さ。
a light.
明
I
か
don't
り
think
って
that's
ろうそくの
Mufiro.
こと？
キーボくんの懐中電灯機能だよ。
え、ちょっと待ってください。
キーボはあの機能で床下を移動して高
No, let
齢
me
術中の
fuck!
空き部屋に忍び込んだ。
I hate that. Okay, let's try it again. Go back to Mio. Hey, go back to Mio. Alright, I'm thinking it's this. I'm not sure why it's this, but I'm thinking it's
犯人
this.
は床下で明かり。
明かりってろうそく？
キーボくんの懐
It
中
makes
電灯
most sense
機
for
能
the
だよ。
flashlight function to also prove the flashlight function wrong,
ち
right?
ょっと待ってください。
Like more character.
あの機能で床下を移動して
No? Okay, it's not the flashlight function. The caged child, the marker stone, the loose floorboard? How does this help us? Okay. The loose floorboard below Tenko was not loose before the seance. There was dried blood on the bottom part of the floorboard. How does this help us? The marker stone. The marker stone is above us, right? This marker stone is not useful for people above us. If they're under it, it's useful though. What about the loose floorboard, maybe?
高齢術中は真っ暗じゃろ。どうやって床下を落とせるん
I'm not sure which this is supposed to
床
be.
下は暗くなかったんだ。犯人は床下で明かり
They had a light? Fuck. Okay. If the room is dark as it was, one would need a light. I tried loose floorboards to counteract the light. I tried actually using the properties of Kibo's light to counteract Kibo. Let's see. What else could I do? What else could I do? I guess I could try, let's see. I've been trying everything under Miyu's assumptions, so I'm gonna try the other guess. I'm gonna try, I tried Kibo's flashlight. I'm gonna try hole in the corner and Kibo's flashlight under Korakyu's statement instead of Miyu's statement, because they seem to be very close to the same statement. It's gotta be this, there's no other way it's something. Oh, it actually is this one, okay. I was gonna guess those two, and then I was gonna be like, fuck that, I have no clue. The culprit couldn't have used a light. Okay, why did this not apply during Miyu's statement? Miyu's statement's exactly the same, except it specifies Kibo using a light. That's annoying. Alright. There's a hole in the corner of the room. They can't use a light. So my rationality for originally picking the light in the hole in the corner for Miyu was the same rationality that Shuichi's going to use here. It's that basically if there is a light being emitted, people will notice it in a pitch black room because the corner of the room will be lit up by like the ambient light reflecting off the surfaces down there if you use the light. This has to be executed in pitch black. You basically need to just find the right tool to prove that that's not the case. If a light were used, it would have leaked through and we would have seen it. Yep, exactly. We're in a pitch black room. We would notice any light source. When we did the seance, the room was pitch black. Yep. If the room was pitch black, it can't have been a light. So no light. Which means you cannot claim Kibo's the culprit. We can't claim you used your light function. We can claim anything else. I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot. Oh, jeez.
この際だから言っておきますけど、ロボだという理由で僕を疑うのはやめてください。
If you accuse me of being the culprit more than once now simply because I'm a robot. Yeah, he's a robophobe. What do you want?
僕はロボだからって特別なことができるわけではないんですよ。
My status as a robot does not mean I'm capable of performing superhuman feats. Actually, it does, but, you know, whatever.
別に視力も良くないですし。
My vision is poor. I possess average physical strength and intelligence, but you could possess more. You could possess more.
分かった、やめるよ。
Made your point. Gods, now I feel sort of bad for you.
僕は同情が欲しいわけではありません。
I neither want nor need your pity. Enough with the fucking flashlight. Yeah, I'm with Kaito. No need to blind me. It would have been difficult to move around under the floor in that pitch black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with the case?
事件と関係ないならどうして茶柱さんの下にあった床板が外れていたの
And why was the floorboard under Tenko lined up funny? Ooh, even Gonta noticed
あれ
that.
は犯人が床下から茶柱さんを刺すために外したものだと思ってたけど
Oh my god, even Gonta noticed this. Come on, Maki. Gonta think that's so Culper could stab Tenko from under the floor. That's precisely right. Nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the trials?
ありがとう
Oh, thank you.
礼を言うところじゃねえよ。こんなの慣れねえ方がいいんだからよ。
Don't say it like that. You're better off not getting used to this kind of stuff.
もしかして茶柱さんに夜光塗料を塗っておいてそれを目印にしたんじゃない？
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for that? Is this a Danganronpa 2 reference? Holy shit. Tsumugi, you've done all the anime references and now you're just referencing your own previous titles? Damn, alright.
そうやって床下に潜んでいた犯人が
That let the culprit find her. Then they stab her through the floorboards. It's literally a Danganronpa 2 reference. That's the first murder.
もともと聞いたことがあるような話だね。でも、あえてスルーします。
Oh boy, that sounds really familiar too. I'm just gonna ignore it.
彼女の死体に夜光塗料なんてついて
Her corpse didn't have a trace of glowing paint though.
だよね。
Oh yeah, why was the floorboard used?
だったらあの床板はどうして外れてたのかな。
そもそもその外れてた
Floorboard was the one under
床板って
Tenko, right?
茶柱の真下にあったんだよな。
Yep.
だったらあいつが生きている時に外されたならさすがに気づくんじゃねえのか。
The culprit used it while she was still alive. She'd totally notice.
どうでもいいっつうの。そんなことにこだわってても犯人にたどり着けねえだろ。
Who fucking cares? Fussing over this won't get us closer to the culprit.
まあ
It
ど
will.
うでもいいことはない
We
だ
shouldn't
ろう
dismiss
けど
this line of inquiry, however.
わからないことを考え続けるより
Instead
も
of butting our heads against this, how about we
先に
concentrate
別
on
の問
another
題を
issue?
片付けた方がいいかもしれないね。
What is our great other
別
issue?
の問題ってなんだよ。
What is our great other issue?
まずは茶柱さんがいつ
How
どうや
and
って
when
殺
exactly
され
was
たの
Tenko
か
killed?
をはっきりさせる方が先じゃないかな。
Okay, Korikyo, lay it on.
いつ
Got a proposition?
高齢術の最中でしょ
When? Not during seance?
じゃが、高齢術の最中、天子はずっと鉄かごの中におったんじゃぞ。
Tenko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she?
その点、
How could someone have gotten to her
どう
there?
やって襲ったというんじゃ。
They came from underneath, Jesus.
鉄カゴに入る
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage? Absolutely.
それはないよ。
It's not possible. She was alive
彼
at that
女は
point. This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this, you mustn't speak. Next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood? I will not say a word until the seance is over.
そう。
He was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
まで彼女は確かに生きていたんだ。
ろうそくを消す直前だよね。でも
That was before we blew out the candles, but when the light came back. Are they gonna...
問題の床板も
The board was removed at that point. It's likely she was already dead then.
おそらく
Yep.
彼女はあの時点ですでに死んでいたんだろうね。
じゃああいつは部屋が暗くなっている最中に殺されたってことか。
So she was killed when the room was dark. That seems to be the case.
鉄カゴの中にいたんでしょそれだと殺すのは無理だと思う。
She was in the cage? Got to think it impossible to kill her then. Ah, only the gorilla would use
あ
unpossible.
いつが殺されたのは暗
Ah,
闇
then
の
she
最
wasn't
中
killed when the
ね。
room was dark? It was a different
別の
time.
タイミングで殺されたんだ。
No, that's definitely when she died. A different time? When would that be? You'd have to come up with a different time. She was clearly alive.
知るかよボケ。
The fuck do I know? Figure it out, shitheads!
てめえらのカスのだろ。
Thanks, Mio. You're always the best.
俺様はゴンタが無理っつうから別のタイミングの可能性を提示してやっただけだ。
Are you really taking Gonta as for an intelligent person? Oh my goodness. Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternative theory.
つうわけで。
Hurry up and think.
考え
Okay.
ろ。おめえらのカスのをしこしこ働かせて俺様の黄金の脳細
If you
胞
want
を
to make my golden
生かせ
brain
てきや
tingle,
が
start
れ。
circle jerking, you limp dick brains. I fucking love Mia's dialogue. It's great. 10 out of 10, Mia. Every time. Alright.
茶柱が殺されたのは
When Tenko got killed,
高齢術で暗くなった
it wasn't during the seance, but how?
他に可能性がありそうなタイ
It
ミン
couldn't
グ
have been done at any other time, yeah.
彼女はずっとカゴの中
She
に
was under the cage the whole
カ
time.
ゴを開けた時には死ん
When
で
she
い
was
たんだ
dead, she was dead when the cage was lifted.
だったらカゴを開けた瞬間
What about the moment the cage was lifted?
いいかも。
カゴを開けた瞬間に
The
鎌で
cage
素早
lifted,
く刺したんだ
culprit stabbed
そ
Tenko
の
real
まま
fast.
みんなには見えないよ
So
うな
fast, no one saw it. Unlikely.
やば
There's blood on the back of it.
カゴを開けたのは誰ですか？
Who lifted the cage?
うち。
It was me.
じゃあユミノちゃんが犯人なんだね。
Obviously, Himiko's the culprit.
間違いな
There's no doubt. Tenko not being killed during the seance? That might be impossible, but there's no evidence for
茶
it.
柱が殺されたのは
The sheet probably stops that, right? We'd notice the
他
blood
に可能
splattering.
性がありそうなタイミングはないけど
It can't be
彼女
Himiko.
はずっとカゴの中にいてカゴを開けた時には死んでいたん
It's
だ
either like this.
だったら
It could be the
カゴ
cage.
を開けた瞬間は
It can't be the moment the cage was lifted. That doesn't make sense. Missed that. Damn.
いいかも。
カゴを開けた瞬間に鎌で素早く刺したんだよ
That's
そ
absolutely
の場
wrong.
のみんなには見えないようにね
It can't be the moment the cage is lifted because there was a sheet on top of the cage, and we can see through the cage otherwise. So the minute the sheet's removed first. The sheet's removed first. So the moment the cage is lifted, we can see
じゃあ
everything.
ユミノちゃん
So
が
no,
犯人なんだね
it doesn't work. Okay. It has to be the minute the cage is lifted. It's impossible for her to be killed during the moment the cage
高
is
齢
lifted.
術で暗くなった時。
可能性があるタイミングはないけど彼女はずっとカゴの中にいてカゴを開けた時は死んでたんだよ
だったらカゴを開けた瞬間は
Okay. It can't be that, and it's because of the sheet. That's pretty straightforward. Gonta's argument was the weakest because it's impossible if there's a sheet
カゴ
on
を
the
開
cage
け
that
た
we can
瞬
remove.
間に殺すのも無理だよ
It wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted.
高齢術の時に
The inside of the white cloth has Tenko's blood on
白
it,
い布の内
so
側
it
に
has
は
to be before the
茶
sheet's
柱
lifted.
さんの血痕
Get
が
her,
残って
get
い
your
たん
order
だ
of events right, but Gonta wasn't there, so fair. He doesn't
あの
necessarily
布
know
は
the sheet.
カゴを開ける前に取り払っているんだ
Cloth was removed first.
カゴを開けた瞬
If
間
Tenko
に
was
茶
stabbed
柱
in,
さ
there
んを
wouldn't
刺
be
した
blood
な
on the
ら
cloth.
白い布
じゃあ
How could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so
あんな
right?
に激しく言っちゃったのに。
やっぱり茶柱さんは高齢術で暗くなっていた間に殺されたとしか
てめえを開発してやる。
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The only explanation is she was killed during the seance, and we have a fight now?
いや、やっぱ
It's
間違
wrong to
いじゃ
think
ない
Tenko was killed during the
茶
seance?
柱が
Okay,
殺
come
さ
at
れ
me.
たのは高齢術の最中なんかじゃね
え
What? Why? Why?
え。今から
You're in a private? Your golden brain's gonna go all out?
ここからは俺様の黄金の脳細胞も。
Alright, bring it. Bring it, girl. Tenko's last moments, Marker Stone leads forward, sickle into the floor probably.
死んだのは高齢術の後だ。
Died after the seance.
白い布を
It
めくった
happened when the
瞬
sheet was
間
lifted,
犯
unlikely.
人はあの白い布をめくると
That was the moment the culprit
同
chose
時に茶柱をぶっ刺したんだ。
Just stab Tenko through the cage. They stuck the thin blade through the gaps of the cage,
その挿入でシーツに赤い
and that
シ
clean
ミが付着したんだ。
clean thing but stained blood red. Unlikely.
でも凶器は鎌なんだよ
Weapon was a
あのカ
sickle.
ゴの隙間からは
Only the
せいぜい
blade
刃
could
の
fit
部
through
分
the
しか
gap.
入らないよ
先っちょが入れば十分だろ。
Blade's all you need.
カゴの隙間から刃を入れりゃ
If you stick the blade through the gaps in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko.
中で座ってたあいつの首筋まで。カゴの隙間からはそんなに離れてねえからな。だと
Further than that, from the gaps in which he gets the person she met the culprit.
新宮寺で間違いねえってわけだ。
Tenko's last moments.
先っちょが入れば十分だろ。カゴの隙間から刃を入れりゃ中にいた茶柱にだって届く。中で座ってたあいつの首筋まで。カゴの隙間からはそんなに離れてねえからな。だとすると犯人は新宮寺で間違いねえってわけだ。先っちょが入れば十分だろ。カゴの隙間から刃を入れりゃ中にいた茶柱にだって届く。中で座ってたあいつの首筋まで。
しまった
先っちょが入れば十分だろ。カゴの隙間から刃を入れりゃ中にいた茶柱にだって届く。 中で座ってたあいつの首筋まで。
その言葉
Okay, it couldn't be that. I was guessing it was her last moments, but apparently it's the marker stone to indicate that she's actually crouching and not sitting. Yeah, she wasn't sitting in the cage. That was a bit unusual. Alright. I was like thinking to myself, like, okay, what do I want to do for this one? She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone. Marker stone was a valid choice, so was the last moments. Because the last moments, like, I checked the last moments bullet, right? That's what I did. I wasn't certain, so I checked the last moments bullet, and it says her last moments died in a crouch position. So I took the died in a crouch position and tried to use that as my first ammunition against her her weak point, but apparently it wasn't that one. It was the marker stone instead, which is a bit unfortunate. I got one wrong, but I mean, I think both of them could have applied. Cage itself was about 3 feet tall. It can't be sitting, it's 3 feet tall. That's not high enough. The sickle blade was too short to reach when she was in that position. Yeah, you get like 3 inches or so, right? That makes sense.
じゃあまた間違ったの？
I missed it again. How can it happen? I'm so embarrassed. You like the embarrassment. You're into public humiliation. Mew. We know that.
大丈夫だよ。イルマちゃんが恥ずかしい人間なのはみんなとっくに知ってるし。
Don't worry, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
安心していいよ。
No worries. Wait, what? How embarrassing.
ただ今の犀原君の話だと
If Shuichi is right, it's impossible for Tenku to be killed through the cage.
ということですよね。
So she has to be killed somewhere else.
だったら高齢術の最中に殺せねえじゃねえか。
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right? If she was killed, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced. That's what the floorboards are for, Korikyo.
でも床下から殺した可能性もないんでしょ？
Not during the seance or from below the floor? It's impossible then,
完
isn't it?
全に不可能じゃない？
生きている人間にはね。
For a living person.
にしし。
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
死んだアンジーちゃんの。
I knew they would come up with this. I knew they would come up with this at some point. Holy shit, it's so dumb. Kaito, shut up. I'm not even gonna read your dialogue. It's panicky dialogue about spirits because he thinks they're real.
人間に不可能なこと。
We don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit. They were doing a seance, so of course ghosts. Of course ghosts. Don't say stupid stuff like that. Scream spirits. Yeah, we know they're not real.
いい加減にし
Stop
て
it,
よ。
please. Oh, Maki's being cute. Putting that on that pouty face.
アンジーの霊が
Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
殺したじゃと。
Why?
夢の
Yumiko?
なぜアンジ
Why would
ーの霊
Angie's
が
spirit kill
テンコ
Tenko?
を殺すんじゃ。
例えばアンジーちゃんを殺したのが茶柱ちゃんで、それを恨んだアンジーちゃんの。
What if Tenko killed Angie and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge? It's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
本人が幽霊なんてそんなわけねえだろ。
He seems to be trying to convince himself more than anyone else. Explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances. I will.
だから
I will.
そうだな。
If Kaito can. You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have done
や
that.
っぱりあれは例の仕業としか。
待て、そうだ。犯人はカゴの中に隠れてたんじゃねえのか？
I know. What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage? What?
ほら、同じカゴの中にいたら高齢術中に茶柱を刺し殺すこともできんだろう。
If it were in there, they could have stabbed. What? That's stupid.
いや
If there was someone else in the cage, we would have fucking noticed.
さすがに僕らも気づいて。
私も桃田と同じ意見だよ。犯人は
The culprit could have been inside the cage. Wait, what? You do?
いやいや、それはありえないよ。
If
カゴの中には
if Tenko
犯人
kills
が隠れる
herself,
スペース
that would
なん
work.
てないよ。
There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
もしあいつが犯人だとしたら、そもそも
Maybe the culprit has no need to hide in the first place. You're guessing the culprit's Tenko?
それにあいつならいつでもカゴの中で殺すことができたはずだから。
And the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time.
今の疑問は一気
I think you know what I'm getting at, right? Yep, I think I know. The they she's referring to. Yep, I already got that one. 100%. I should have fixed who these faces are. A lot of visual clutter. Alright. You think Tenko killed herself? I get that one.
春川さんが言うあいつってもしかして
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself. Now, I don't think Tenko actually killed herself. And I would like to keep going. But I think I'm gonna have to wrap things up a little bit early, guys. I'm afraid we'll continue this trial next time.